Welcome to this YouTube video. I will be talking about the VAWAA Visit with Artists program that I have just joined. I got a letter from VAWA program a few months ago, and they asked me if I would be interested in joining with them. And I thought it was a beautiful idea, because I had just been myself in Taiwan, and I had a friend there who showed me around, and I got to see all these wonderful places. And without having a local there, I would have missed so much of the beautiful places. To me, vacation with the artist means, for me, so that you can come and visit to the studio and you can work there and you can ask guidance from the professional artist. And for me, especially, I want to do mindful pottery and also talk about local materials and sustainable pottery making. If you know the origin of the material, you have a totally different relationship with it. Usually I like to do some meditation in the morning before I start, because that will lift my spirits. Visitors are welcome to join if they want. They don't have to do it. I can do my meditation on my own too. So it's not important, but for me it's the basics of my working. And I also like to make everything ready the day before. So if I do pottery wheel, I'd like to put all the wedge the clay and have everything ready before I start next day. Because it's not fun to start wedging the clay in the morning and setting up the studio. So when you've done everything is set up, then you can just dive into the work. Even when I give pottery classes, I usually day before I make everything ready, so then I can take it easy before and be present and don't stress when the students come. At Udumbara we use this local clay, Kultela clay, and I'm not using any glazes at the studio right now, so I make very simple pottery. This material is so rich on its own, so it doesn't need any extra. And also, when this is wild clay, it's original. In today's world, when people don't know the origin of the materials, and a lot of materials are ready-made, packed, industrially made, they all look alike. But every country has their own richness, and so to make original things, we have to look around where we are. When I was younger, the globalization did that the regular pottery you couldn't make your living anymore. So I was attending a bigger design project and worked in China, and there I saw the big scale of industrial pottery, and I realized that no one had used our local clay making flower pots or simple things with the Finnish clay. So I wanted to start doing something that's original, so that's why I decided to use local clay. And I also wanted to add sustainable values for my studio, so I started buying solar energy. I don't have in Finland you can buy solar energy, so my studio runs with solar energy. And there's a big need for people to work with their hands right now. And a lot of times people use materials from unknown sources. And I think you would enjoy my studio if you enjoy outdoors and walking around the city and having your hands on the local clay, learning some pottery, maybe building something by hand, and also biking around Helsinki and maybe visiting some design places like Alvarato's studio or Alvarato's home, and I would be happy to show you around to see some architecture. Happy to hear what you're expecting to see in Helsinki, and it'll take you around to see those places. The neighborhood is Kallio. In Swedish it's Berghäll, and it's used to be a workers' district, and nowadays it's a middle class neighborhood, and there's a lot of young people living around here. So the nightlife in my this part of the city is very wild, but as I'm an older lady, I miss it all. So so I don't know what's happening here in the evenings, but in the daytime it's quite nice and peaceful. And in the summertime there is terraces all around my studio and nice lunch places. And yes, and unfortunately I don't have extra room. I would be happy to help them to find Airbnb or hotels. If you just ask me, send me an email, so I will do some digging and give you some recommendations. And if you want to enjoy some more like design hotels and or have our own apartment, everything is available. In Helsinki has a lot of places to. Yes, and I have this plan that I would like to also make to my YouTube channel little videos about my favorite places in Helsinki. And I thought that I would add to this video a park that's just next here. It's called Lenin Park, because this neighborhood used to be a workers' district, yes, and there were a lot of communists and leftists living here back in the day. Park, and there's been a lot of people. There's always people who want to change the name, but I think Lenin is also part of this town's history. He was, when he escaped from St. Petersburg, he had been living in this neighborhood. So I enjoyed that park, whatever name it has. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you find my studio interesting, and I get a lot of people visiting my tiny studio in Kallio in Helsinki. And let me know if you have any questions, and I will put my visit artist profile in the links of this video.